We're also continuing our conversation about one of the hottest topics in Lansing, or the next hottest topic in Lansing, I guess, no-fault insurance reform. It was moving quickly through the legislature in the beginning, but it has really kind of hit a bit of a speed bump. Opponents have been very vocal about the proposed reform, saying it would lead to a reduction in care for people who are seriously injured. Yesterday, we had Tom Shields from the No Fault Reform Coalition saying this is just about controlling costs.
Today, we're joined by John Gwynn Prosser II, the Vice President of Health Partners Home Care, and Erica Nader-Kolsta, the co-founder of Walk the Line to SCI Recovery, both of them opposing this legislation. So we got the four sides yesterday. We're going to go to you guys now to find out what problem, John, first of all, do you have with this legislation? Why did it suddenly slow down? Any hints?
Well, it slowed down because it doesn't do what it purports to do. It reports that it's going to lower the cost of the premiums. Legislators that I've talked to for the last 2 weeks straight see that that's not contained in the bill. I believe that earlier this week there was a mention of maybe a $100 discount. That's not going to solve the problem for drivers that are living in Detroit or anywhere in Michigan that have to pay exorbitant rates that insurance companies can bill because we have file and use. To fix that problem, you really need to get rid of file and use. You need to have file and approval. We need to have somebody watching the fox on this bill.
Erica, the group pushing says they really won't change benefits for people who need them. That obviously is not what you're hearing, and that I assume is what's upsetting you.
Yes, the bottom line is this bill includes components that will put government-imposed cost controls on providers in the state of Michigan, potentially causing providers to go out of business, definitely causing the loss of jobs. So that will have a direct impact on survivors like myself. It also puts in jeopardy the care that people are receiving at home. So I think when we're talking about, what this issue is about, we need to understand if we're trying to control medical costs or if we're trying to bring insurance premium rates down.
We want to play a clip from yesterday's show where the No Fault Reform Coalition says this is just about capping costs. Listen to this here.
None of that care would be changed under this bill than what they're currently getting. The only difference is how much they get paid. This bill is designed to do is basically try to control the costs. Right now you have family members that are being paid $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year in order to take care of somebody. What we're trying to do is get a limit on that, but still try to be fair to make sure that those patients receive the quality care that they need.
Erica, obviously you guys are at odds. Erica, you're at odds over this particular point.
Yeah, and points like this are disingenuous, exaggerated, and inflammatory. They do nothing to further the process, and quite frankly, it's a slap in the face to survivors that are getting cared for at home by their family members.
How do you respond? The president of AAA Michigan, who wrote in the Detroit News that if AAA has fewer costs, customers will see their costs drop. Do you anticipate that would happen? John, I guess we'll ask you that.
Well, no, we don't anticipate that would happen. In fact, there's $20 billion in the catastrophic fund. That fund is funded by drivers for drivers. The prescience of the administration 40 years ago was this population is underserved. It's undercompensated. We need to turn that around. Everybody else in America goes bankrupt, falls to Medicaid, suffers from the neglect of a lack of resources, and they die prematurely. Our legislature said, no, we're going to honor people. We're going to take very good care of them. As a matter of fact, the statute focuses on the priority, which is the care, the recovery, and the rehabilitation of catastrophic injuries. Beaumont Hospital estimates just their hospital would lose $55 million if this bill was enacted. It's wrong, and there's an appropriations element in this bill that would prevent citizens from any kind of a referendum. All we are asking for is transparency on the $20 billion that are in the catastrophic fund that were put there by the drivers.
All right, John, we do appreciate your time, and Erica, thank you also for yours.